from Eurohoops.com. Antonis Stroggylakis joins us now. First of all, am I getting the name right? Let's start there.
Hello. First of all, it's Eurohoops.net. I hope you are listening to me properly.
Oh, my bad. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no problem. And it's Antonis Stroggylakis. Call me Antonis because I think you guys already have enough trouble with Antetokounmpo and all the etc. I don't want to make it more difficult for you.
I worked in Milwaukee for a while, so I got Giannis's name down, but I will just stick with Antonis. Let's start with today's semifinals. Sasha Vezenkov and his team at EuroLeague MVP. Sasha Vezenkov and his team playing in the semifinals. How did he look? How did things play out?
Well, first of all, 76-62 win for Sasha Vezenkov's Olympiacos in the EuroLeague semifinal against Monaco. Monaco featuring some former NBAers like Mike James, Donta Hall, and Delio Kobo. Sasha Vezenkov, he had 13 out of his game-high 19 points in the second half, with 6 out of 8 from the field. He had 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He looked great. He was a main reason that Olympiacos made a spectacular 27-2 run in the third period. Man. You heard that correctly. And Olympiacos won the game. So basically, that's the long and short of it.
Yeah, exactly, Antonis. That's the way to look. 27-2. When you're watching that 27-2 run, what are you thinking in your mind?
Yeah, it was impressive, and that's the thing. Vezenkov didn't only score the ball; he was important on the defensive end because, as we can all imagine, this begins with defense. If you force the other team to score just two points in one quarter, which is an all-time low in EuroLeague,
wow.
Then of course you realize that this made things easier on offense. And it was Olympiacos was struggling in the first half. They were trailing by 12. And they came out of the locker room like a storm. They did everything perfectly. They are more experienced team than Monaco. Monaco is a newcomer in the EuroLeague Final Four, and experience matters in these circumstances. And about Vezenkov last year had a horrible debut in the EuroLeague Final Four.
Wow.
He struggled with in the semifinal. He went 2 out of 10 shots, and his team lost. And he also saw Vasilije Micic scoring the game winner in his face. So it was a sort of a redemption story tonight for him.
Talking with Antonis Stroggylakis, Eurohoops.net here on Cattles and Ramie. We don't see entire games of the EuroLeague here. We see the highlights. We read about Sasha Vezenkov. You guys see the NBA over there. If you were to compare him to an NBA player or what he could be when he's fully developed to an NBA player, who would you compare Sasha Vezenkov to?
Wow, that's difficult to compare him with someone because he's really kind of a unique case of a player. I don't know. You remember Nikola Mirotic for the Bulls and the Bucks? I think he has a ceiling higher than Nikola Mirotic. He can become an upgraded version of Nikola Mirotic in a way. Because right now, I'm saying Nikola Mirotic for specific reasons. He succeeded Nikola Mirotic in becoming EuroLeague MVP. And he's a faster Nikola Mirotic. He can become a better rebounder than Mirotic. He is a better rebounder than Mirotic right now. So I could compare him with someone like that. A guy his size who can shoot the three. He moves really, really, really well with the ball. That's a major difference with Nikola Mirotic. So I would say Nikola Mirotic, but an upgraded version of him.
I like what you said there, Antonis, because from what I've seen, a lot of the film, he seems a lot to be a spot-up guy, someone that plays off to the ball. How's Sasha's handle? Can he really can he handle the ball and take it to the cup? Can he dish it away, or is he more an off-the-ball type prospect?
Well, you have to picture Vezenkov as he operates on the system of Olympiacos. On the system of Olympiacos, he doesn't need to hold the ball much in his hands. He moves off the ball. He makes surgical cuts to the basket, he slices through the defense and finishes plays. We've seen him handle the ball really well. He's attacking the closeout. He has a sort of a signature move when he's faking to take the three-pointer, and when there is a very aggressive closeout on him, then he can drive very quickly, I might say for his size, to the basket and finish the play. I think he's well with the ball in his hands, but I don't think that, especially in the beginnings, if he eventually, because we never know, comes to the Kings, that he will be used in that manner. I think the optimal way is to use him as he is now, as someone who can receive passes from his teammates. For example, it paints a pretty picture in my mind how well he might play with Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
And receiving the ball from Sabonis, from a big guy like Sabonis, because Olympiacos also have their center, have their big men distributing the ball.
Oh, so he's played with that style of big man before. That is encouraging.
Olympiacos has, sorry to interrupt you, a much bigger guy than Sabonis. He's a 7 foot 3, I don't know, 7'2" guy, Mustafa Fall, a French guy. And yeah, he stunts the paint and he dishes to cutting to the basket, Vezenkov, and he finishes plays.
What about on the defensive side of the floor? Because that's where the Kings could really use some help. Does Sasha bring some defense to the game?
Well, I wouldn't call him a defensive juggernaut or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I would say that he's been holding his ground really well, more than adequately, against opponents who may be bigger than him, more athletic than him, faster than him. He has beaten this kind of opponents in one-on-one situations this season in EuroLeague. He has contained them in a way. I realize that the major difference in the NBA when it comes to defense, I think it comes to the speed of the game. This might be a little challenging for him, a little tricky for him to adapt. I don't know if the Kings should expect big things on the defensive end for him, but yeah, this is something that he can work on and become better. But I will say that he's very dedicated. He has deceptive quickness, and he's very smart. That's the important thing for him. The way he grabs the rebounds, he beats faster opponents who can jump higher, who are larger than him. He does it with his smarts, and that's the key thing.
On the defensive side, you need a little toughness. I think sometimes naysayers over here in the NBA and on the state side, they believe Euro prospects don't have the toughness a lot of times to enter the league. How's Sasha's toughness? Does he bring the grit? Can he play in the NBA when it comes to is he mean?
Yeah, he is mean. Well, let's say this, but the game in Europe can be much more physical than the game in the NBA. That's one thing, because the referees, they don't call everything. They allow more contacts. They allow a more physical, tougher play. Yeah, he can be mean. We've seen him going into the paint and scrapping against bigger, as I said, bigger guys who seem to be more muscular than him, the guys that seem to overpower him in terms of strength and getting the rebounds, finishing plays in their face, finishing plays off the contact. We've seen him do that stuff.
That is Antonis Stroggylakis, Eurohoops.net editor and reporter, giving us the scoop on Sasha Vezenkov, EuroLeague MVP and possibly future King. We really appreciate the time and the insight, Antonis. Keep up the good work, my man.
Thank you very much for having me, and good luck to Sasha, who is playing the EuroLeague final Sunday.
Yes.
Against Real Madrid.
We will have an eye on it, and I know you will too.
You'll be in the building, huh?
Appreciate it, Antonis.
I won't be in the building, but I have to tell you something. So that the word on the pipeline is that Sasha Vezenkov will likely come to the Kings. If he wins the EuroLeague, it will become easier for him.
Really? Okay. You heard it here first from Antonis Stroggylakis. Appreciate the time, my man. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you. Good night.
And he joins me on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Excuse me, I got choked up.
We're rooting for Olympiacos now.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Right after this, we didn't get to how did we not get to it in the 2 o'clock hour, so we'll do it next.